remodeling, or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
There's danger out there. It lurks on highways and quiet neighborhood streets. It's more likely to kill you than a shark and more terrifying than the biggest snake. Distracted driving claims lives every day. Every notification, swipe, social post, video, or selfie while driving risks your life. So while you might think public speaking or the zombie apocalypse is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Tony Basilio welcoming you to another edition. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a Monday. It's I'm calling this a Pick Up Pieces Monday. The A to the W to the B. And we're trying to, as best we can, pick up the pieces in our own little way here. And I'm not sure how it's going to go. That arm is not working. But we're trying to pick up the pieces here in our own little way. And what a crazy, crazy time it's been. Laura, that arm's not working, hon. This thing over here. But yeah, I was talking to Bino, before we got started here, and I want him to kind of go and discuss what he wants to discuss, and then we're going to talk about what we're going to talk about. And at the end of the day, I'm going to let Bino talk here. Let me go ahead and let Bino get into what he wants to get into. Bino, go ahead, man.
Well, Tony, good morning to you and Brian. Really disappointed to lose a huge SEC matchup that we were positioned perfectly to win. That being said, I was also really encouraged by a lot of what I saw. I thought our offensive approach and attack and execution was very, very good, with the exception of one very significant series that I'll mention at the end here and talk a little bit about it. I thought Joey played fantastic, and he passed as tough a test as he'll face. And I thought that pretty much every offensive unit was to be applauded for their performance on Saturday. Disappointed in the defensive output. Didn't think anyone would pile up 500 total yards or run for just shy of 200 against us defensively coming into this season. I understand we're playing shorthanded due to key injuries, but, that's pretty much life in the SEC. But what I will give our defense is they were opportunistic. They turned 2 touchdown drives into field goals, which kept us in the game. And they got a takeaway at the exact moment that we needed one. So that's I think probably the bottom line was better than the numbers suggest defensively. Felt bad for Max. By all accounts, he's a fine young man. He's been a solid kicker, still is a solid kicker. He just happened to miss a big kick in a huge game. And like we said about the defense, that being life in the SEC, that's just life as a kicker right there. Hats off to Gunnar Stockton. Thought he played great. And I don't think that I've ever seen anyone in Neyland Stadium in a do-or-die situation execute any more perfectly than he and London Humphreys on the fade route that pulled them within 2. That was just a perfect throw and a great catch. We were in good position. That's just them doing their job just a little bit better than we did ours. Moving to the series right after the takeaway. I, like many, thought we were too conservative after the takeaway. I know Georgia was taking away the home run ball, so we weren't just going to drop back and throw a dime for a touchdown the play after that. We got the takeaway. But if that's the case, they certainly couldn't take away that and some intermediate routes. So that's no excuse for running the ball 3 times. I would have liked to have seen what our approach would have been had we started 1st and 10 rather than 1st and 15. And if you want to argue, if you want to say that shouldn't have changed our approach, that we should have still been more conservative, you'll get little to no argument from me about that. I just can understand how that may change a coach's viewpoint on what he wanted to do in that situation. Whether he wanted to try to take a sure field goal or whether he wanted to push the issue and try to put the game away. I can see how that may have changed the thought there. This one sting for a while. That's the way big games that you lose close are. And I'm while being very disappointed, I'm also very happy to have a program back to the point where our play can match the big-time atmosphere that we've always been able to create here during a game from a fan standpoint. So hats off to the crowd, too. They were fantastic all day on Saturday. Just an absolute great college football game that the wrong team won.
Bino, thank you. We have a lot to talk about today. We'll get some calls on the other side. I just feel so conflicted about the game, which is how I started on Garzaloff 5th quarter fan reaction. In one sense, I'm so appreciative of where our program is. In another sense, I'm mad at our head coach. Because that was a real opportunity. You know, we were live at Calhoun's on Friday, and we were talking about what an opportunity this thing is. And you know what? It was a much more of an opportunity than I thought it would be. How many times you got to throw the ball up in the air and there's guys in their secondary fall down? And that's my takeaway. You get in that spot, you get a chance to go up 13 on them. You do not play with your food. And I love this coach. I just can't. I don't care if it's 1st and 20. Throw the ball in the end zone. They keep falling down. And that was the point in the game where they just kept falling down. Make one of their defensive backs make a play. And if they make a play, they make a play. All right, they make a play. But to Bino's point, and we'll come back and talk about this, that Georgia bunch, if you don't think that that's another level, their belief in themselves, they had zero business winning that game Saturday. Zero business. We kind of left it there for them. And at the end of the game, they took it. And it was a great college football game. And this year in the SEC, well, we'll talk about it. Because I'm going to tell you something. I was talking with a great friend of mine who's watched a college game for forever and ever. And I want to ask Pino and Brian about this. I think this is going to be the most interesting SEC football season maybe we've ever seen. I mean, this thing, who's great? Tell me who's great. I see a lot of good teams. Bino, who's great in the league this year? LSU got one offensive touchdown the other night. They're building with Florida. Who's great?
Yeah, through 3 weeks, Tony, what I thought was the top has come down a little bit, and what I thought it was the bottom has come up. So we just kind of mashing things together here, it looks like to me.
And we're somewhere...
Maybe the 2 teams that played Saturday at Neyland might be great.
No, we're not great.
Yeah.
We're pretty good. And they're pretty good. I don't think anybody's great. Take a brief time out and come back with more right after this.
Coffee. I'm Billy with Grade A Grounds. You can buy our freshly roasted coffee online and support a good cause with every sip. Great coffee, greater causes. Visit our website today, gradeagrounds.com.
You got to dream about buying some land and building on that land? Well, Waterside Contracting is your ticket. 25 years of making dreams come true, Michael Scott. For hundreds in our area, custom homes or remodels, Waterside Contracting will build on your lot. They do incredible work all over the area. Structural integrity, quality without compromise. It's a way of life with Waterside Contract. Check out the wonderful work Waterside does. WatersideContractingLLC.com. When it's time for your dreams to come true. Quality without compromising. Waterside Contracting. Preparing food for a big gathering can really take it out of you. That's why you need to call Calhoun's and check out their selection of party platters. Whether you're hosting a party for the big game, a reunion, or just an everyday gathering, a Calhoun's party platter is next level. Choose from Calhoun's always excellent chicken tenders, pie with Calhoun's wings, or boneless wings with a variety of dipping sauces, award-winning next-level melt-in-your-mouth barbecue ribs, or delicious spinach artichoke dip, or get one of each. Plus, if you're doing burgers or sandwiches, Calhoun's has lots of side dishes like spinach Maria, baked cinnamon apples, Smoky Mountain baked beans, or creamy coleslaw. Available in pints, quarts, and gallons. To finish things off, pick up one of Calhoun's great desserts to go, including homemade cheesecake or key lime pie. Calhoun's, simply your go-to party headquarters. With 9 locations all over East Tennessee, you can order online and just pick it up. Calhoun's, one of the Copper Cellar family of restaurants, along with Chesapeake's, Copper Cellar, Corner 16, Cherokee Grill, and Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good. When it's time for your next move, you want to get your precious belongings from point A to point B with your peace of mind intact. That's why you need to call my friends at Gouffon Moving and Storage, East Tennessee's moving legend. Gouffon Moving and Storage has been helping East Tennesseans move since 1887. That's 138 years, 5 generations. That's even longer than the Dooley, Jones, and Pruitt era combined. Gouffon Moving and Storage are pro movers, serving Knoxville, surrounding areas, and interstate moves too, both residential and commercial. And we'll provide you with personalized service that other corporate movers simply cannot. We know how to move all types of items. We pay careful attention to our clients' valuables. Your satisfaction as a customer is our absolute priority. As the oldest continually owned and operated family moving business in the United States, when it's time for your next move, it's Gouffon Moving and Storage. And storage, it's secure and vaulted. Our newest offering of commercial storage logistics, we offer receiving, storage, and delivery services for all your business logistic needs. See more at Gouffon.com. That's Gouffon.com. Or check out the link at tclub.team. When it's time for your next move, East Tennessee's moving legend, Gouffon Moving and Storage.
Why limit great savings to just one weekend? This year, our Labor Day special lasts all month long. It's the September Smart Comfort event from Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. This month only, enjoy valuable home comfort upgrades at no extra cost when you install a new HVAC system or water heater to prepare your home for the colder months ahead. This September, you can get a free furnace upgrade with qualifying HVAC system installation or free sediment filter with water heater installation. Pipe Wrench is your partner for energy-efficient and cost-effective upgrades that keep your family comfortable and safe year-round. We make it easy with free on-site estimates for replacements and free second opinions on repairs. And if budgets are tight, we offer flexible payment plans including 0% financing with credit approval. No rush, no stress, just smart seasonal savings for HVAC or water heater installations until the end of September. Call Pipe Wrench at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com to schedule your appointment today. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free.
Life never stops moving. And between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, weekly soccer practice, Tuesday night yoga, X number of coffee runs, and that weekend trip to grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up. A tire designed for doers. A tire that's going to last. Like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety and comfort you expect, you can forget all about the miles ahead and focus on getting your destination or conquering your to-do list. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. That's Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire.
Inward Half is committed to the game. memorable moments that happen in between. From the tee box to the tailgate, from the green to the big game. For the first birdie with Dad, the first big win with Mom. Friday night lights, Saturday superstitions, Sunday traditions. Fall into the comfort and unparalleled performance of Inward Half. This fall, enjoy the walk-in.
Are you tired of hiding your smile because of crooked teeth? At Knoxville Smiles, we've got the perfect solution. Invisalign. No metal, no wires, just clear, comfortable aligners that straighten your teeth without anyone noticing. Eat what you want, smile with confidence, and see results in as little as 6 months. Call us today for more information about Invisalign, 865-539-1776. Or just visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. From Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham, they've stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. There are neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
It's always magnificent. Mondays on the Basilio Show, presented by our friends at Fleet Tire. I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. And now, back to B.
TB back with you, 865-200-5402. Talking to Bino and Bride during the break, and then we'll go to the phones. Because really, I want to share as much time together as we can today. And we'll have Josh Heupel's press conference next hour as we're fan running with you on a incredible Monday. It's kind of a sad day, but I'm sort of conflicted because the Vols went toe-to-toe with a champ and an alleged top-notch team. The thing we knew, though, is you wanted to get those guys in September because they're kind of a work in progress. And that's what they are. They're a work in progress. Tennessee's a work in progress. Tennessee's all beat up, which has me very concerned with the defense going forward. Got to get some people back, like Throaty wrote today. You got to get Moy back. You got to get at least your defensive line back. I'm not sure if your guys in your secondary are coming back. I don't know how that's going to work. But before we go to the phones, Brian. So you're telling me, Brian, that karma's a real thing. Let's unpack one thing here, because there was a shameful thing that happened in the post to Joey Aguilar, and that's this: Deshaun Foster and his people leaked through the media that Joey Aguilar wasn't really watching film. And wasn't really what's the word, Brian? Kind of working at it. That's kind of the.
But I think he said something about not being on the same page with his receivers or something like that.
Hey, Bino, at the time we called that chicken bleep. Do you believe that, Bino, that kid wasn't on the same page with his receivers when they chose to make that move?
Absolutely not, Tony. They were just trying to justify screwing the kid.
And Deshaun Foster, just like Nico's father, when you do the wrong things for the wrong reason in this world, many times, not all the time, because a lot of people get up and do the wrong things for the wrong reason and land on their feet every day. And it's not for us to know why. But you know what? Sometimes when you do that, when you play with kids' lives and you have a kid and he wants to come back home and you run him off and throw him off, you get fired 3 games into your season and humiliated and disgraced. And I was glad to see it. This Aguilar story, there's so many tentacles to it. So it's such an interesting thing. Bino, you being live, okay, in the stadium, because I was talking with C about this. You ever dream in a million years, and then we go to the phones, that he could look like that, Bino, on that stage? like that. Right now, I'm going to rank
no.
SEC quarterbacks later in the week. We're going to do a YouTube video on it, me and the Seabird. I'm going to tell you right now, Bino, he's top 5 player in the league right now. Maybe top 3. He was. Yeah, go ahead.
You know, I hoped for a storybook type of situation, fairy tale type of situation. I never dreamed it would come to fruition, and that's what we're seeing. This is just storybook stuff that we're seeing.
And we go to the phones. Bino, I'm trying not to be mad at Heupel. These games stick with you, though. Like Maggie Nathan called the other day and said, she said, I don't know when I've been in this much pain. I can't remember the last time I was in this much pain after a game. She said in some ways that's kind of good because it sort of means you've got expectations again. That was a really painful loss, and one that does stick with you. There's just no doubt about that.
Yeah, it's going to, Tony. It's that's I think at one time you did a series of that you used to run on your show. One was about misery, and one was about joy.
Vol scars is what we called them. Yep.
Yeah,
the ones that
Vol
leave a scar.
scars, and that's what this game is. You have memories on both sides of the scale, and this one goes on the misery side. From a coaching standpoint, Tony, I thought Heupel did a masterful job having his team ready, having his team prepared.
Incredible.
With getting us out in front. I think he's done a remarkable job with this program, to be quite honest. This is a day and time, and I understand it. Those coaches make $9 million. And part of the blame for this loss should go to him, but not a larger percentage than he deserves. I mean, after what I thought was too conservative, a series of plays that put us up by 8, yes, they tied the game. Then it was pretty much a masterful drive to take it back down there and put yourself in position to win.
Yeah.
And Max has to make the field goal. That's his job. He has to make the field goal. So everybody deserves a piece of this pie, but nobody deserves the whole pie from a finger pointing standpoint.
To the phones we go. I'm so appreciative, and yet I'm so mad because, man, when you get Georgia in that spot, you can't kick a field goal there. You can kick a field goal. You can't play for a field goal when you have a chance to go up 13. It's just not what you do in that sport. It's never been what he's done. And your passing game is working. Every time you threw the ball up, guys were falling down. That's the thing as I went back and rewatched. And I'm not making one other thing, and then we'll go to the phones. We do not get a whistle. We just don't get the whistle from during this Heupel era. I don't know what it is about him. We're in our building, and I'm not going to say this to sound bitter, okay? Go back and watch the final touchdown. That Humphreys kid pushes off there. Last year, they called that all over college football. They're not calling it anymore. I saw it called in the NFL yesterday a couple times. They called it in the Eagles game a couple times. They're not calling it at the collegiate level now. We're back to letting these guys push off. But Georgia did all kinds of grabbing, holding, point of attack holding, and they got out of there with a win. I mean, they're a winning program. I am not blaming the officials. But when are we going to start getting a whistle like we belong? Tennessee is a top of the conference team right now. And they're not top, but they're middle top. They made the playoffs last year. They're upper middle at least. And on the upper part of the middle. When are they going to start getting treated like it by the officials? That was not a home whistle Tennessee got Saturday. And you should get a home whistle in your league. I mean, it's especially when your fans are as oiled up as our fans were. To the phones we go.
I thought there was a pass interference penalty on Aguilar's one pick.
I agree,
toward the end of
Bri.
the first half that they
Total
didn't
grab.
call.
Total grab. Takedown. I agree, Bri.
He grabbed him.
Total grab. And by the way, the call on Redmond on the sideline on the ball that was 100 yards over his head and 30.
Most ridiculous call of the night. Ridiculous.
You don't get that in your building?
No,
in your
ridiculous.
building? I mean, what is it about this coach and this staff? And do they need to change does Danny White do we need to change our approach? We're not getting a rub.
He doesn't work officials enough, does he?
I don't know. I'm not around him.
That's been the thing, the theme.
I think he looks like to me like he's pretty communicative with them, Bri. To the phones we go. 865. That was one. You want to, when I tell my friends, right, Pennsylvania, and my family, and I'm like, hey, this SEC football thing, I mean, look, I like the NFL. It's fine. You know, it'd be fun, I guess, to be a WIP, like my boy Jack Fritz and some of these people. There ain't nothing like that. There is nothing like that. Nothing. One other thing I want to enter into the conversation. If you were either stuck before the game going in, I want to hear from you, or stuck in one of these garages after the game. I've had people tell me that they were jammed in their garages for like 2 hours after the game. Like it was a total mess. I'd like to hear from you and hear your story.
Tony, it was the worst entrance I can ever remember trying to get in. Apparently, they had several gates that were malfunctioning or something. And I generally go in 21. I'm not 21, but 22 up at the top of the hill. And they apparently ran a bunch of people up there. It was just about impossible to get to either of those gates on the hill. It just impossible. I've never seen it like that. It was ridiculous.
As a gate malfunction, Bino, explain that to me.
I don't know. I don't know if their readers weren't working or what, but I understood that they told a bunch of people that were trying to get in 21 and some other gates that they should go up on the hill to get in up there. With all of these electronic tickets now, I don't know. Maybe one of their ticket readers went out or something. I have no idea.
Don't you at some point, Bino, when you see that line and you see that crowd, don't you just look at people's phones and say, you go, you go, you go, you go, you go, instead of making people a half hour late for the football game?
Yeah, and I don't know what happened, Tony. I'm just
I'm just saying
on my part.
No, if that's the case, so what I'm saying is, don't you at some point in game management say, hey, it's more important to get these people in here. We'll wand everybody, make sure you don't have a bomb on you. But if we let 110,000 people in here, we're going to let 110,000 people in. But if you show us on your phone you have a ticket, you're going to the game. I don't have to scan you today. That's
our issue up at the top of the hill was there's just not enough. There's just not enough landscape for all those people to be up there. That's one street leading up.
I can't imagine how miserable that must have been. Plus,
no, it's awful.
Like with what I'm going through with my back, you're on uneven terrain there, and people standing, and that ugh, to the phones we go.
It's some wonders people weren't falling out right and left because it was pretty warm,
and it got warm,
and there was just a mass of humanity up there jammed up against each other trying to get to the gate.
Bino, it got warm this weekend after 3 weeks. Yeah. After 3 weeks of really, really beautiful, moderate weather, it got warm. Let's go to the phones. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
How you doing?
Stay right there. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, welcome in.
Fantastic game. I've got a little different take on it. I thought Aguilar made some big time plays. I think Aguilar got away with a ton of mistakes. That if he plays like that, we're going to walk into a game against Arkansas or Mississippi State or even Vanderbilt, and he plays like that. Well, he's going to turn the ball over 4 times. They're going to lose. 2 plays that, were magically touchdowns, but the Georgia defensive back just couldn't play the ball.
Fell down. Really? That's why I can't.
That's not sustainable. So anybody that thinks this team is going like 11-1 and going to Atlanta is just wearing the orange glasses like I've never seen. We're an above-average team. We had a good team in our house on the ropes. We got to close that thing out. Georgia's good. They are not a Death Star anymore. They don't have the depth along the defensive line. Okay? In this era, they used to have 9 5-stars in their defensive line room. Well, now they got like 3 or 4. And if 1 or 2 of those kids bust or gets hurt or is in the Athens County Jail, all of a sudden they're mortal up front. And that's where they always beat you. They can wreck the game by themselves. They don't have that anymore. They're a very good team. They're not elite. There are 3 elite teams.
Slow down for me before you get your 3 elite teams. Bino, he says that if Joey Aguilar throws the ball, and he did throw a couple up that came down as touchdowns, just threw the ball up in the air. He says, Bino, that's not sustainable. What do you say to that before we get to our 3 elite teams? Go ahead, Bino.
I can see Mark's point, but after watching years and years of overthrows, I'd rather us throw it down as long as it's not a sideline mistake. If he's going to make mistakes on balls, he's throwing 50 yards down the field. I don't have a lot of problem with that.
I agree. Mark, I do think that what you're saying, even because I went back and rewatched it yesterday, and the thing that makes me scratch my head, and I'm watching it with Laura, we were up till 4 o'clock in the morning. She had to fix an audio issue that some of you encountered. She stayed up till 4 o'clock in the morning, and then it wasn't solved till 9 o'clock in the morning yesterday, where we fixed that little gremlin that got in our audio yesterday, and she figured it out. So mega props to her for basically missing a night's sleep so that we could present to thousands of people professional audio, not acceptable audio, professional audio. But Mark and Columbus, the thing I cannot get is they had guys constantly falling down at the point of attack. They had a kid when we started the game. The first ball that was thrown to Brazil was a jump ball. The kid tried to commit interference. Their DBs were so bad, Mark, he couldn't even commit interference properly. I mean, I don't know that I've ever seen anything like that. And we didn't throw it in the end zone. We did not throw it in the end zone when we got that turnover. It was ridiculous. Is what that
Tony,
is.
It was a pucker job.
It was a pucker. No, it was.
It was a pucker job.
I agree with
sorry.
that.
And then Josh Heupel has done wonderful stuff here.
I love him. Hey, the first quarter.
Amazing stuff here. He rebuilt the program.
That's right. Hey,
it was a complete pucker job.
Hey, Mark,
okay?
the first quarter, like Bino was talking about, is the greatest quarter of offensive football since I've been here that I've ever seen anybody play. Steve Spurrier in the 90s, Urban Meyer, you name it. That's the best first quarter of football we've ever seen.
Tony, he had the game script exactly how he likes it. Offense is up and down the field. The defense is just out there at the time when my offense isn't on the field. The game script was exactly what he wanted. And the game went pretty much how I thought it would go. But this was such an opportunity because this team's not – they're kind of an above-average team. The defense is bad. I know there was injuries. They're bad. But you had a chance to, kind of almost lock away a playoff spot because Florida's going to be a corpse by the time we play them. And you even if you lose to Alabama and Oklahoma, you're going to be in the playoff. It was such a missed opportunity. It's not dead yet. They can still, everybody in this league can beat each other, really. Outside of Kentucky, the league's just kind of a hodgepodge of above average to good teams. You got to close the door on your home field when you have a chance like that. Because, like I said, this Georgia team is not a Death Star. There are 3 elite teams: Ohio State, Oregon, and Penn State. And Penn State has a coach that cannot win a big game to save his life.
Yeah, he won't beat Oregon. Yeah, you're exactly right.
The SEC, and nobody's a bigger SEC homer than me. We're not at the top. We're not as good as those guys. We're not.
No, I agree with that.
The depth is gone.
The Arch Manning
thing. They have more money. It's because you don't construct teams the same way. Like I said, Georgia's not going to put 9 5-star defensive guys in their defensive line room and not spend money at other position groups. You just can't do it anymore.
Hey, Mark, the difference, too, is that in this league, I don't know that we have the elite teams because I think you're probably right. but from top to bottom in this league, it's never been stronger. It has never. We've never seen anything like this. Like that Vanderbilt bunch, everybody said, well, you can't play them because all the Joes are playing. They were going to, it didn't matter whether that kid was going to get hurt. They were going to beat that. They were more physical than that South Carolina team. They just were.
I'm happy, Tony. I'm happy we're playing them late when their depth will be limited. I wouldn't want to play them this week. I wouldn't want to play them. Like the games that we have on our schedule that people are thinking, okay, W, Mississippi State, W. They ain't
I'm
marking
putting W
in
next to anything. I agree. I said that on the post game. I agree with that.
And I just like this defense. James Pierce wrecked an NFL game last night. We don't have one of him out there this year. Like, and I know he kind of dogged it last year, but that guy was special. And there ain't a guy out there on our, like, the back seven's kind of small and slow. Like, they're kind of atrocious. And you're going to have to score 35, 40 points a game to win. Like, it just is what it's going to be what it's going to be. Like, I don't think we're all that good, but I think we could be a playoff team because of the schedule. And if this kid can limit the mistakes, he got away with a lot yesterday. Don't get me wrong. He played a great game. That last drive would have made him a legend. I get it. He got away with a lot. And I'm not even talking about Nico anymore. Nico is completely broken. His dad should be arrested for what he did to that kid. So we're going to leave Nico out of this. It's irrelevant. Talking about Joey Aguilar. He got away with a lot yesterday.
Mark, thank you.
Georgia couldn't be on their feet. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Well, Bino, and we'll have some of these numbers in a second, but Georgia's a playoff favorite out of the league right now. A&M's a playoff favorite out of the league right now, like the high favorites because of what happened over the weekend. You win games like that, and all of a sudden, a third into the season, Vegas says, "Yeah, you guys are ticketed for it." And I don't think those two teams are perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I think they're both beatable. I cannot believe what's going on at Texas, Bino. Can you? I just can't believe it.
No, I can't either, Tony. I thought that I thought Arch would be a really good player. I did. I don't know really why I thought that, other than the fact that his family just rarely sends someone out there that can't. But he has really, really struggled.
That's the same UTEP team that Tennessee put 56 points on with Nico last year. And Texas, I don't think, got half of that.
I got some updated offshore lines I want to go through to Mark's point, and we'll get to that here in a little bit. We'll get some more calls in. But updated SEC playoff odds right now. Georgia minus 250, they're tops. Tennessee would have walked out of that game the leading candidate to be in the playoff if they would have won that game Saturday. That's kind of, like Bino said, it's kind of what you frittered away, and it's a shame because you outplayed them. You just outplayed them. And to Mark's point about how bad this defense is, the defense is beat up, Mark. I mean, come on now. I had a couple emails like, why weren't you ripping Tim Banks on the postgame show? What do you want him to do? Like I told Orange Throat today, you want him to get blood from a stone, Bino? I mean, they had a couple of stops, and they held him to a couple of field goals there in short fields.
Yeah, they were. While they, again, I'm disappointed anybody can run up 500 yards against us. Obviously, but they were opportunistic in the second half, especially. I know that we're getting picked on a little bit, but I actually think that the guys that are filling in right now are playing pretty well for the situation that they've been thrust into.
No doubt. I mean, those guys would be cornerbacks 3 and 4. And then you're down your two best defensive linemen interior. I mean, come on. Anybody is.
For Redmond to have to go out there, I think Redmond was the lowest ranked player in this recruiting class.
Yes.
And he's out there playing just about every snap. he's going to be a really good corner.
I'm starting to think
he's going to go through baptism by fire, but he's going to be a really good corner.
We got so many conversations to have based off this season because I'm starting to think I reevaluate the way I do my recruiting if I'm Tennessee or anybody. I go get me a veteran quarterback every year. I do what Florida State's doing, what some of these other programs like what Oregon's doing. I go and get me. I would go get that kid from Cal tomorrow. Like tomorrow. If it's me. I get a chance to see you play at this level and see whether or not you fit my offense. Till you walk on the field and play in one of those games, I don't know. I don't know. This is remarkable what we're seeing here. And the other thing that's kind of crazy is the league is as good as it's been from top to bottom. And there aren't elite teams. I don't think Georgia's an elite team. I agree with Mark. I agree with that. I don't think Alabama's elite. They're pretty good, though. They're better than you think they are. A lot of people throw dirt on them. Tennessee will be a 10.5-point underdog, or would be if they played right now in that game. I mean, that's just the reality of the deal. Here are the playoff odds, Bino. You tell me if this tracks with what you've seen. You ready? Georgia minus 200. They are the pole position favorite to get to the playoff. Texas minus 200. LSU minus 150. Alabama minus 140. And there probably will be 4. And then Alabama minus 140. And then Texas A&M minus 125. And then we get into the pluses. Ole Miss plus 200. Oklahoma plus 200. Auburn and Tennessee grouped together at plus 250. Missouri plus 400. Vanderbilt plus 1,000. And then South Florida, for our caller, South Florida plus 1,500. Bino, what doesn't track there?
You know, Vanderbilt plus 1,000 might be the best value.
I mean, it's ridiculous. The league is ridiculous this year. How is Texas minus 200, Bino? Would you bet $1 on them to make a playoff right now?
That's the worst value.
Yeah, I would not, Tony. That's the one that kind of sticks out to me. That and maybe Alabama, because Alabama's already lost their biggest test so far this year.
That's right.
I think I probably would have waited until they beat Georgia to put them at that type of odds.
To the phones we go. I agree with that. So Alabama might be a good sell there, as might Texas, which would open up 2 spots. Texas A&M's never done anything in their adult lives. They're not making a playoff. Okay? They're just not. They'll find a way to lose 3 games from here. Why? Because that's who they are. That's how they roll. Kind of like Ole Miss last year. Ole Miss ain't making a playoff. So then you look at an Oklahoma, a Tennessee, maybe an Auburn can sneak in there with that running quarterback. Who knows? Crazy league.
Oklahoma's schedule was so brutal that I don't think that's a good one to pick.
I agree, Bri. 4 teams are going to go. That's why several in the Vol Nation are extremely hopeful. It's going to be really interesting from here. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
What do you say, Tom?
Hey, Philly.
How you been on, Brian?
Doing great, buddy. Good talk.
What do you say, Philadelphia?
Well, we've seen a lot of heartbreaking losses at New and Stephen to Georgia in our lifetime. Go back to 73 fake punt game and the 1980 Herschel game, and then that game this past Saturday.
Yeah, and then I don't remember what year it was, Phil, but the year that we were going in to score at the end of the first half, and they basically took the ball away and ran it like 99 yards for a touchdown on almost the last play of the first half.
Like
that was Clausen. That was Casey Clausen.
Took us out of that game. So, yeah, we've Yeah, there's been a number of those Georgia games like that. Alabama too.
The hobnail boot game comes to mind with Ron Haynes.
I was talking about that one. That was awful too.
Yeah. When we pooch kicked at the end of the game for some reason.
Yep.
But guys, when you play not to lose and you play scared, you don't win.
I think when you get in the ring with a champ, Phil, you got to knock a champ out. I do agree with that.
And our defense coordinator, he's making $2 million, and I mean, he should add more depth in there. I mean, I know how all these guys being injured at Outlaw early in the year.
It's not his Philly. The injuries are not his fault, and he's got 4 frontline guys, including a top 10 pick in the draft, hurt. Come on now, be fair to the guy. Come on, guys.
Well, their safety play is not very good, and we don't have an elite pass rusher. Herring's about the only one on their team that's a good pass rusher.
Well, he had a really good game Saturday, and the thing about Elijah Herring is that he's kind of a middle of the rotation guy on their defensive line. Basically, I mean, they rotate so many guys.
Yeah, I have a question, guys. I miss when I'm at the game.
Yeah,
but I have buddies that tell me, and I know we rotate defensive linemen in and out, but I have buddies that tell me that we did not have our best 2 pass rushers on the field on the play, on the 28-yard touchdown play.
That's correct, Bino. They had a rotate. They were caught in a rotation. That's correct.
That's something that I think you can definitely question. I think you should have your very best lineman out there in the biggest play of the game.
Well, a guy emailed me and said Tennessee should have taken a timeout there. Like you see some of these coaches take a time, and then you make sure the right personnel is in the game. I think that's an accurate thought. You know, again, look, the kids played great. Neither head coach had a terrific day. I didn't think Kirby had his best day either. But man, that's what's so great about this sport is the second guessing nature of it, guys. And there's a lot to second guess after that game. But one thing's for sure, Philly, this coach is a damn good young coach. It's a shame to give that game back the way they did, Phil.
Oh, yeah, it is. I mean, Harbaugh lost to Ohio State about 5 years in a row, and then he beat them 3 in a row. So, I mean, but I don't know if Heupel's a Harbaugh. I mean, and I was wondering why Star Thomas wasn't in the game there at the end in the overtime.
Don't understand that, Phil. Again, don't understand that. I agree with you.
Yeah, I think Star is their, I love Bishop. I think Star is their best all-around back.
And Bino, in that he had to shake and wiggle in that game. He was getting outside and he was getting downhill.
Yeah.
2 things you want in those signature games: get me outside and get me downhill, man.
Yeah.
And if that field goal kicker misses another field goal, I would never have him on. I would do like Johnny Majors would do, and don't never play again.
Oh, come on, Phil. He had a nice year last year. Come on now.
Yeah, but it's all about money now on these game-winning field goals. You either produce or you don't. That's a $1 million miss right there, buddy.
Oh, it's more than that. It's probably a $20 million miss.
Yeah.
Keeps you out of a playoff.
How come Danny White didn't have it all figured out before the ball game over there? I've had several of my friends who are very pissed right now.
Well,
it wasn't good, Phil. It wasn't good.
The lovely Laura said to me today, and she's right. She said, when you win, you don't hear these things. When you lose, you get your AD on social media apologizing for the way the game went, and then you get everybody at everybody's throat. So,
yeah, I'll close with that. That's an excellent point by your wife, John. Tony.
You got that right. See you, brother. And by the way, I'm telling you, she was up to like 4 o'clock in the morning the other day trying to figure out how to get I said, what are you doing? Because I can never sleep after doing the post-game show. I have to sit down here and drink coffee and get myself all hype. And I'm doing Garzel 5th quarter fan reaction, and she goes, the sound. Because our recording computer in here blew up Friday. Brian knows about that. We've had something in here. It's like 16 years old. They don't make these anymore. It's an old MacBook Pro analog sound thing. It sounds utterly perfect. We kept it offline for 16 years. It worked like a charm, and now it's gone. If anybody fixes old computers like that, please reach out to me. I'll put a couple $100 in your pocket if you can bring that thing back to life. I love that computer. But so we have these gremlins in the sound. She's sitting there all night long trying to fix it. And then falls asleep, basically, fooling around with it, and then wakes up at 9 o'clock and goes, Eureka, I got an idea. And sure enough, it cleaned it up. We are not a big radio company here. We are not making a killing doing this. We love what we do, and we do what we love. But, man, I'm telling you. And then today, people saw this earlier, I'm trying to get this thing up here with the Twitter Spaces video because we want to accommodate people however they want to digest the show. Our YouTube channel is really growing. Twitter Spaces we have up. If you want to do that and put your phone down and drive around and listen to them talk behind the scenes. Twitter videos, same kind of thing. If you want to watch us talk behind the scenes and look at how damn ugly I'm getting, whatever. The arm that holds this thing up was not cooperating today on top of everything else. And I took the freaking phone and threw it on the ground. Because, Bino, that's what happens when you lose games. Everybody's on snap alert. Things that don't set you off, if we're honest about it, set you off. Things that shouldn't make you angry, make you angry. Laura's looking at me going like this. Calm down. Calm down. You know, I'm just a guy, man. And when you don't sleep, kind of wears you out, wears on you. The thing I go back to, Bino, is that game, and I don't know if Columbus said that Heupel puckered up. I don't know if that's – I don't like how that sounds. I just think it was a wasted opportunity. That's all. Puckered up connotes he went into a shell. I don't think this guy's a go into a shell guy, Bino. He never has been. Now, he did it with Nico because he had to, but that was good coaching when they did it with Nico, who Mark all of a sudden doesn't want to talk about. I told you he sucked, Mark. I told you. All of a sudden, we don't want to talk about him.
I'd have paid him.
I mean, we don't want to talk about him, Mark. We don't want to talk about him, Mark. Not that I'm dunking on you, but he sucks. He sucked. He sucks, and he sucked.
I'd have paid him.
Come on, Mark.
I'd have paid him.
Don't blame his father for breaking it.
I'd have paid him. It's Dad.
He was never an entity to begin with, Mark. He was in your imagination.
Yeah, I mean, Tony, again, I would have handled that series differently than the way it was handled. And again, I would have liked to have seen how we would have approached it if we'd have started 1st and 10 rather than 1st and 15. I think it would have been different. I don't know that it would have been different.
Another item here. C just texted me on Vegas power ratings. I want to get to that because Vegas has Tennessee in the top half of the league right now, power rated, but not at the top, not among the top 4, but somewhere in that middle top, which it might be good enough this year when the dust settles. But boy, we let a golden opportunity go. I'm not going to use the term puckered up. I'm not going to use that term. But I was angry Saturday after the game at the head coach, and now I'm conflicted because he's done such a nice job, and they just let one get away, man. Shouldn't have lost that game. Kirby Smart, hey, after the game, did you see what he said, Bino, on the field?
He said we should have won.
Yeah, he said the better team did not win today, and the better coach team did not win today. He said, but my guys are tough. And Bino's right. You will not see a better throw and catch, which is what makes college football the sport that it is. That catch in the end zone, that was one hell of a great throw. And Humphreys, his adjustment, Bino, on that ball going out of bounds. Yeah. I mean, that looked like Willie Mays in the Polo Grounds, Bino, how he caught that ball.
Yeah, it was just it was just executed perfectly, Tony. It was right in front of me. You know, we really couldn't have covered it any better.
It's great coverage.
He just threw it in the one spot that only his guy could catch it. Tony, I was watching the Colts yesterday, and they're kicking a field goal to win the game and push it off to the right, just like Max did. And Denver gets called for leveraging, jumping over the top of the line of scrimmage. and we get a second opportunity. And I was just thinking, man, why couldn't that have happened yesterday? Why couldn't Max have gotten a second shot instead of the Colts?
You know what the truth is? Because Denver's
You think he'd have made it?
Denver is a
Yes.
Denver's a loser organization, Bino, right? And Georgia is a championship bunch. That's the difference.
Yeah.
That's the difference. My Eagles yesterday won in Kansas City. They had no business winning that game. One of our mutual friends, Bino, texted me and said, your team is a bunch of P words, and the tush push is the biggest P move in all pro football. How do you plead? And I said, I plead that we won a Super Bowl. We've won 2 in 4 years or 2 in 5 years, and we're working on another. So that's how I plead. And if every other team in the league could do it, they would do it. I mean, Kansas City basically onside kicked the ball to the Eagles because they know these guys are in 4-down territory, and if they want, they'll just tush push the ball. They'll just do that twice. I mean, that's – should they outlaw that before we go back to our phone? Should they outlaw that in the NFL in your mind?
I personally don't think so, Tony, because I don't understand why Philadelphia is the only team that can make it work. Why is that? If they can make it work, why can't other teams make it work?
To the phones we go. Bill, welcome in, brother.
Tony, looks like there's going to be another nail put into Brian Callahan's coffin.
What's that?
I'll tell you, the Titans do not have an offensive line.
Right.
Let's see. There's one player there that forced a fumble, Cam Ward, which led into a touchdown. They are just not a good football team.
Bill, Brian Callahan is 3-14. He is in since he's been there, he's in an impossible spot with a bad organization.
He's 3-16 now.
I'm sorry, 3-16. He's got a bad organization. I think they've got a good young quarterback. He's in an impossible spot, isn't he, Callahan? I mean, Andy Reid couldn't win there, Beanstar.
Yeah, I think that's a multi-year rebuild there.
Yeah, and he's going to get fired.
With the rookie quarterback.
Yeah, he's going to get fired because he doesn't. What's the word on Callahan? He just doesn't bring anything to the table, and he looks like a loser on the sidelines, which doesn't help.
He's another one that's related. He's related. That's how he gets jobs.
Yeah, he's like that. Like they used to say to me on the job sites when my family business, "You're related. You're related."
I'll tell you, Tony, he is more of a Butch Jones, Jeremy Pruitt type of guy that is not fit to be a head football coach.
Butchie boys should have beaten Iowa State the other night, guys. They got totally screwed. Did y'all see that? Screw job. Go look it up.
I didn't see it, Tony.
They got Iowa State. Iowa State got away with one. Old Arky State should have won a game. The Big 12 is a mess right now, by the way.
I'm not sure Vanderbilt wouldn't win the Big 12.
Vanderbilt's legit. People can laugh. Vanderbilt is legit. They are legit, Bri.
I think there's probably 10 SEC teams that could win the Big 12, if not more.
I don't think there's any doubt about that, Bri. That's a really good call by you.
So, but Tony, I'll tell you what, I am not going to lose my loyalty toward my team. I'm hanging in there.
Can you change the, how do we say this tactfully, Bino? Hang on, Bill. Bill, close your ears. Can you real quick? Can you close your ears?
Sure.
Okay. Bino, how do we ask him to talk about something else when he calls in? Because the Titans are what we call a dead issue.
It's a caller-driven radio show, Tony.
I don't know.
Titusville can talk about what he wants to talk about, and then you can decide how long he gets to talk about.
If Mark in Columbus was here, what would he tell Bill about the Titans 2 weeks in, Bino? Brian.
Dad.
And you're out of here. 865-200-5402.
Their dad.
Josh Heupel. He goes, he puckered up. He puckered up. Hypo puckered up. And Joey Aguilar is going to throw 5 interceptions. I mean, come on, Mark. You need to relax, Mark. And you need to own the Nico thing, Mark. I love you, but we don't call the show and say, no, we're not going to talk about that. Yes, we are, Mark. Yes, we are. Because Nico wouldn't be here if the Polynesian Prince and he who held
Joey Aguilar wouldn't be here.
And Joey Aguilar wouldn't be here if the Polynesian Prince and he who held the limbo stick didn't pull their power play. So, yes, we are going to talk about it. Yes, we are. I'll report and you'll decide, you clown, after this.
Whether it's baseball, football, softball, church groups, or schools, if you're raising money, do it with locally roasted grade A grounds coffee. I'm Billy Miller, a Vol alum and Knoxville native. You keep 40% of sales, and we donate 5% back to our East Tennessee community. Get started today by visiting our website at gradeagrounds.com.
Score a TD every time with T3 Vodka. T3 is Tennessee's premium vodka, handcrafted with passion, precision, and a whole lot of pride. T3 Vodka is taking the Volunteer State by storm. T3 Vodka, handcrafted in the majesty of the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where quality isn't just a promise, it's a way of life. Filtered 10 times and 80 proof, T3 Vodka delivers a smoothness that's unmatched. This dedication to excellence has already earned T3 Vodka prestigious accolades. T3 is a 5-time gold medal winning vodka and the 2025 SIPS Consumer Choice Award medal winner. Whether you're sipping it neat or on the rocks or mixing up your favorite cocktail, T3 Vodka is your choice for a premium, award-winning experience. Score a T3 TD and ask for T3 Vodka by name at restaurants and wine and liquor stores today. Drink it neat, drink it right, drink T3 Vodka and score a touchdown every time. T3, Tennessee's premium vodka, distributed by Athens Distributing Company. Please drink responsibly. Basilio here. No one does it like Alumni Hall. I'm here to tell you, living Vol fan, only one place. That's the best place to shop for Tennessee gear, and that's Alumni Hall. The best and largest selection of Tennessee apparel for the whole family. Top brands like Nike, Champion, Columbia, Peter Millar. Load up on hats, accessories, Yeti, all your tailgating necessities. Download the Alumni Hall app, click account, and it'll tell you how much Hall cash you've earned. You earn $10 in rewards for every $150 you spend. Alumni Hall, with physical locations in Murfreesboro, Bristol, and 3 locations in Knoxville, now open in Johnson City. Pop into Alumni Hall and get ready and tell them Tony B sent you.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Okay, so we really need uniforms and equipment for this season. Can I trust you with that? Cool, I'll just order them online. What? Yeah, I'm going to hop online and I'm going to get them ordered. Hold up, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't just spend money on some random online retailer, okay? I mean, it seems pretty convenient. Trust me, it's a terrible idea. Let me simplify this for you. SM Athletics. Okay, how do you pronounce it? SM Athletics? They're the go-to for uniforms and equipment, whether it's for universities, high schools, youth leagues, you name it. So why wouldn't you rather go with professionals who can guide us through the process, design the perfect uniforms, and deliver the best equipment? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's the name again? SM Athletics. Right. It's definitely smarter to go with a company that emphasizes customer service, fair pricing, and, of course, excellent products. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's settled then. For uniforms and equipment for all sports, it's SM Athletics.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a bag, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Basilio here for Budget Transmissions. TGMD, the great Matt Dixon, took his Ford Escape to budget, and like our Gold Bullet back in the day, it was a total mess. And now, Matt's back in the game. He's got a new transmission, axle, wheel bearing, both radiator hoses, engine mounts, coolant hoses. I mean, his Ford Escape was about to escape to the junkyard, but he didn't begrudge it. He took it to budget, and now he's on his way back to Omaha. Budget Transmissions, over 30 years in business, conveniently located in Bearden. All extended service contracts are honored. A gold certified Repair Pal member. 865-584-4391. 865-584-4391. Budget Transmissions. Don't begrudge it. Take it to budget.
Hey there, Basilio family. Jennifer Morris here with Keller Williams Realty. The countdown to fall football is on. Is your fall plan missing the perfect home to watch the Vols make another playoff run? If a new view is on your game day checklist, I'm ready to help you find it. Don't wait until kickoff. Give me a call today at 865-694-5904 or visit my website at nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com, and go Vols.
Josh Collins at Collins Insurance Agency. At Collins Insurance, we strive to ensure our customers receive better coverage along with bigger savings. Our community is important to us. We want to provide exceptional service to our customers. Anybody can provide great rates, great coverage, but can you also get great service? And hey, don't just take my word for it.
What's up, everybody? Zakai Ziegler here. My family turns to Collins Insurance Agency for the best service, coverage, and price.
So don't just go online and get some random insurance. Experience the Collins Insurance difference.
Like he said, experience the Collins Insurance difference. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. And hey, their Mama ZZ approved. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. Thank you to Josh Collins and ZZ.
One more thing, Tony. Go Vols.
It's always magnificent. Mondays on the Basilio Show, presented by our friends at Fleet Tire. I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. And now, back to B.
It is a Monday. Tony B back with you. Let's keep it live, legal, and local.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
Breaking it down scientifically, back to our TLD Logistics phone lines we go. Just kind of picking up the pieces on this Monday and trying to make sense of what we saw, where this thing is going. Where it's going is a very compelling and interesting football season. A little later on in the hour, we'll go through some of the offshore numbers as they're updated for Tennessee. And just one quick nugget. Vegas, the way they're ranking the teams right now in the SEC, even though Bama has a loss, Bino, tell me what you think of this. Vegas thinks Bama's the best team in the league, followed by Georgia and Texas, followed by LSU and A&M, with Tennessee and Oklahoma grouped together.
I don't know what they're basing their Alabama stuff on, Tony. Obviously, Ty's been pretty good the last 2 weeks.
Yep.
Real good on Saturday.
Yep.
But that's against a hoopty and a team that's not nearly what we're accustomed to them being in Wisconsin.
Top 3 teams with the greatest of ease to make the playoffs right now in college football are all reside in one league. because it is a top-heavy league. There's no middle, and the bottom of it is an absolute joke. Ohio State's minus 1,000, Oregon's minus 400, Penn State's minus 400. And then one little quick look-ahead line for the Tennessee game. Tennessee with Alabama right now, just to show you what they think of Alabama. The Vols are a 9-point underdog, not 10.5. I misread it. The Vols are a 10.5-point underdog, favorite rather, with Kentucky, but they're a 9-point underdog with Alabama, which seems a little high to me, if not a lot high.
I'm sure it was lower after the Florida State game.
Back to the phones we go. 9's the number today, which is kind of shows you what they think of the Tide. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
Hey, Tony, Bino, Brian. Thanks, guys, for being there as always.
Hey, brother.
Hey, I have 6 things, and I'm going to try to roll through them super fast. One is Texas versus elite Ohio State, who there's 3 elite teams in college football, Ohio State being one of them. Ohio State was outgained by 100 yards on their own field and won 14-7 against the Texas team that doesn't have a quarterback. Don't tell me Ohio State's elite. They may be, but it's impossible to tell in that conference how good those 3 teams are. They don't play anybody. We think Oregon's elite because they didn't cover versus Northwestern at a high school field, or actually a practice field turned into like a makeshift high school field. And they scored 69 on the mullet from Stillwater. Come on.
Yeah, I agree, Rusty. I don't think we know. I don't think we know that those 3 teams are elite either. I think that the SEC, top of the SEC is going to be so much more tested that we may not know who's elite in the Big Ten until we get to the very end. I think those 3 teams are very good. They may be the 3 best teams in the country, but I don't know that.
They're very good. LSU's very good. Georgia's very good.
LSU didn't have much of an offense.
They're struggling on offense, but they're still very good. You don't go to Clemson and win at night and down there if you're not very good.
As bad as they say
Miami's
Florida is, they've only given up 2 offensive touchdowns in 3 games.
Yeah. Notre Dame's very good, and they're 0-2. I would take Notre Dame going up against Penn State on a neutral field and feel pretty good about it. And they're 0-2. Jeez Louise, elite 3 teams. Somebody's getting caught up in the northern hype living up there. Balls that should be picked that turned into touchdowns. Anytime a coach gets a one-on-one with not a double coverage downfield and you got a 6'5" receiver, you throw the ball up to him and give that receiver a chance to win. And the receiver is supposed to win. There's a reason why stupid ESPN has their whole segment, "You Got Mossed." It's because big receivers beat little corners or little safeties. It's supposed to happen. Georgia did it to us. They threw up jump balls when they got one-on-one coverage. Is all they did all day. And picked on a freshman who's going to be a great player. Those are bad decisions. If you see a guy covering a guy singled up, you throw it up. Everybody does it. Ohio State beat Texas because late in the ball game, the same kid threw up a prayer to Carnell Tate, and Tate made a juggling catch in one-on-one coverage where the defender was in perfect position. Was that not the right play? Good God, the stupidity. Number 3.
Are you shooting at Mark? Are you shooting at Mark in Colombo right now? You're going out on him.
Who I love, by the way. I think Mark's a great dude.
I love Mark. But he don't want to talk about. He don't want to talk about Nico all of a sudden. We're not allowed to talk about him, Rusty. Moratorium on Nico.
Nobody ripped Tennessee more than me over the Nico situation when it initially happened. But I'm able to say something that some people, Mark and a few others, aren't. I was wrong. Try that, fellas.
Marky! We're doing business with Colombo right now. Bino, it's caller on caller crime. But you're right.
Hey, Mark, you don't just come on here now after shooting. You're just shooting off, just going off. And then you turn
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
I want to talk about it. And therefore, it's not going to be talked about on here. Mark, that's not how it works. Rusty, is that ever how it works?
I don't want.
Is that ever
code for I don't want to admit I was wrong.
Okay. That's not how it works, Mark.
Yep.
It's just not how it works. Not in my world it isn't, because I say I'm wrong all the time. Like on our wide receivers, I was wrong. Hello. Yep. But I'm going to have takes. We're all going to have takes. And you know what? When you're a takesman and you're not afraid to have takes, you know, you're going to swing, you're going to miss, but you're going to swing and hit sometimes too. It's all right.
Sometimes feel free to admit it. After the fumble, Starr should have been in the ball game.
Yeah.
On 1st and 15, Bishop tackled himself on what would have been a 9-yard run. There was nobody near him. We blocked it perfectly, and Bishop tripped over his own 2 feet going through the hole and ended up getting 2 yards. On the 3rd down on that play, it was the RPO when we handed it off. And if Joey just pulls the ball out and throws it to the flat to Staley like he's supposed to on RPO when the defense lines up a certain way, it goes for like 12 yards. Josh lost his mind after that 3rd down play because Joey just made a mistake and handed it instead of pulling it. That's unfortunate. Number 4, if Josh Heupel coached not to lose, what did Kirby do? Because Kirby on 4th and 2 from the goal, on 4th and goal from the 2-yard line, settled for a field goal. You're not supposed to do that. The chart says you punch it in. We crucified Butch Jones for the Oklahoma game for doing the same thing.
Kirby wasn't good Saturday. That's even more reason you should have beaten him.
After we threw the pick where Staley fell down, which of course is Joey's fault, Mark, they settled for a field goal from the 25-yard line on a 4th and 3. The chart says you go for it there. You don't settle for a field goal on 4th and 3 inside the 30. So if Josh coached not to win, did Kirby coach not to win?
Yes, they both did. It was weird.
Okay.
Yes.
But people are saying Kirby, but I've heard Tom say Kirby outcoached him.
No, they both had bad days. Georgia just won the game.
They did.
They both had bad days.
We didn't make a field goal, and they ran it 55 times, and we ran it 24. We averaged the same yards per carry. They just ran it more than we did and stayed committed to the run, and we maybe didn't enough. Same yards per carry, 3.7 for us and 3.6 for them. They carried it 31 more times than we did. Lastly, number 5, Stockton versus man-to-man coverage. When we played man the other day, completed 84% of his passes. When we played zone, he completed 38. And we kept giving him easy read, man-to-man shots, and would blitz. And all he would do is say, "Where's number 4 on defense? My guy's going to go deep, and I'm just going to throw it up whenever you show me that." It's very easy on a guy who hasn't played much football when you give him that easy look saying, "Oh, he's just covering one-on-one and there's nobody going to help him. I'm just going to throw it." There's a reason why Stockton was able to complete those and why zone's hard. It's because he's young. The 2 weeks before, the 2 teams, the 2 cupcakes, dropped 8 into coverage and played big zone. He didn't know where to go with the football. But if you show him man and no help anywhere, it makes it easy for a quarterback to decipher what he needs to do with the football. And we made it too easy for him, especially on the 4th and 7.
Rusty, thank you. Bino, your thoughts? Because I think he brings up a good point. I just hate that we lost a game we should have won. That's all. Golden opportunity. Golden ticket, golden opportunity.
Yeah, those there's just no way to get around the hurt of those, Tony, and we always are going to look for reasons. I actually think both of those coaches had pretty good days and bad moments.
Yeah, it's a good way of putting it.
I think bad days is an overstatement. I don't think Heupel had a bad day at all. He may have had some bad moments.
Those moments.
He didn't have a bad day with us playing that team off their feet.
Those moments though really define you. Like I had a couple emails from people that were like, "I'm done with this guy. He's proven to me he can't do it in a big game." I'm like, okay. I mean, if that's what you want to take from it. Because I am not a tell you how to think guy. I'm just not. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. It's not correct. It's not correct. This guy has done
really wonderful job. Georgia has more players than Tennessee. Just physically better. But even at that, you're in the game. They have more playmakers than you do. But you're in the game. Tell you one thing, that Zachariah Branch guy, Bino, when he turned a corner on that play, that looked like Rocket Ismail to me. When he come off the crown of that field,
Yeah,
that was insane, wasn't it?
Yeah, you can see what they saw in him. He's got some special ability. He's a good player.
They don't hardly use him, Bino, too. That's the other thing. They don't keep him out there. In a college football game, I would have a guy like that. That's why I would put Boo Carter on offense some. I make you tackle him in the open field. I'm sorry. Fair catching punts. I mean, that's not a good use of Boo Carter's skills. Because that's all special teams are now. These guys, we got these Australian guys that hold the ball an extra second now. How many punt returns do we even see in college football anymore? Unless you're playing East Tennessee State.
You don't see punt returns. You don't see kickoff returns either.
No. You need to
Did we see one kickoff return I don't think there was one Saturday.
Brian,
there was lots of opportunities.
Brian, they need to go to the rule the XFL brought in that the NFL uses now, where it puts special teams back in play, and the guys don't get hurt because the collisions are not as fierce. When we first saw the NFL thing, Bino, you have to admit it looked funny. It's very effective. That was a good thing that came out of that.
It still looks funny.
Old XFL, Bino. It was a good thing. At least it's interesting now.
I agree, Tony. If you want to return to be a part of the game, that's what you're going to have to do because these kickers are just kicking it out of sight now. I was thinking about returns. Their punter was, well, ours was too. Their punter was really good.
Yes.
And I think that Boo may have returned 2 punts, and one of them he shouldn't have.
That's exactly
one of them
right.
He should have caught a fair catch.
And that's the other thing about it is when you're him and you're antsy to make a play, you're going to try to make plays that aren't there because you want to impact the game because he knows.
Yeah.
I don't want to fair catch this ball. It's like wasting food.
Yeah.
But at the same time, discretion's a better part of valor. And it's going to be hard for a guy like him to be discreet because he knows if I get this ball in my hands, I can beat these people. You got to put him on offense some, man. I know he's kind of a knucklehead and he was this and that in the summer. You got to let him play some offense. We got to live a little here. Hello, and I'm not asking you to turn the guy into the Hunter guy. I'm not. Who's doing it, by the way, on both ends for Brian's Jaguars, and he got a phantom interference penalty called on him yesterday in that loss to Cincinnati. Brian's Jags are pretty good, y'all. Back to the phones we go.
That was a rough weekend.
That was a horrible call. Hello and welcome into our next call. You're on our Monday edition. You're on the TLD Logistics Hotline. Hi.
Hey, guys. Dave.
Hey, Dave.
Colombo there, boy, that was awful. I mean, you talking about Tennessee? They're a little above average. I mean, our offense is elite. We have an elite offense again. We do. So that we're going to have a chance to win every game. I think the defense is banged up, especially on the line. We're starting our starting corners are out. We're going to definitely get McCoy back. Then you'll have Hood on the other side. We're going to get Moy back at some point. We're going to get our deep tackle back, and we had freshmen on that defensive line Saturday, and Guy and Utley, and those guys it's just going to make them better down the road. The experience. Now, as far as who's the elite teams in the country, well, 2025 rosters, Georgia has the highest has the best overall roster, the most 5-stars and the most 4-stars. They have 70 out of their 85. So Ohio State's good, but to say that Georgia is just what they are, and Ohio State and Penn State and Oregon, I mean, Well, that was pretty specific, wasn't it? All three teams in the Big Ten. But listen, we've got a quarterback that can play the system. And we talked about this in the off season. That it doesn't matter about being 5-star. It's a guy that can play within that system and hit the guys on time. Do you not agree?
You are 100% correct. If I'm in a Southeastern Conference team and I'm looking at what's going around the league, first of all, South Carolina hit on a guy that was 21 in his class, and he was the head of the class. 21. He's 4-star guy. These 5-star guys are a whisper and a joke. Okay? The guy at Michigan right now, he's not ready to play. He's a 5-star kid, but he should be sitting this year. But you take these guys, you invest all the money in them, you feel compelled to stick them on the field before they're ready, and God knows what you're going to get down the line. Arch Manning is in year 3, okay? He was supposed to be the elite of the elite of the elite, and Joey Aguilar is a better player than he is. The guy that led the nation in interceptions last year. Here's the question. How many Joey Aguilars are there out there every year? You know what I think? There are a lot of them.
Exactly.
If they're given opportunities, there are a lot of them.
Here's what worries me, Tony, is that they know. I mean, it was obvious that Nico couldn't run this offense last year.
Correct.
And it was obvious that most likely he couldn't run all this offense this year. That was going to be pretty obvious. You cannot tell me that Nico would come in and run our offense like the guy we got right now.
Bino, in your mind, would we be in the spot we're in right now with the hope we have in a wide open SEC if Nico was our quarterback, Bino? In your mind?
No, there's no way. I don't think the Georgia game would have been any different than the recent ones we've seen if he was still our quarterback.
And Mark in Columbus, who I love to death, he just had some terrible takes today, but I love him. We're not allowed to talk about Nico, but here's Josh Heupel. Thank you, Negative. When Negative has a great, can you bring that over here? Because this thing's malfunctioning. This is par for the course. Par for the course. Here's Josh Heupel.
But good morning, good energy, and a lot of things that we're in control of that have an opportunity to change that game, coaches and players. And at the end of the day, in this game, man, you got to constantly move forward, and you got to take advantage of every day, and can't look in the rearview mirror. You got to look out the windshield and keep driving forward. So good morning with the guys. We got an opportunity to be back home, see our fans again this coming week. Early kickoff, expect them to be a part of the game here on Saturday. We need a great week of preparation, continued growth, and get ready to go play our next football game and play in a great way. So open it up.
Questions? Start with Austin.
Josh, where's David Sanders at physically and then even mentally? Where's he at? Because I'm sure he's wanting to play.
Yeah, mentally, I think anytime anybody in this game gets injured and isn't cleared to play, it's a tough battle mentally. You grow, you compete, you strain to get yourself prepared to go play, and he has certainly done that. And unique injury that doctors are uncertain. That's why he's kind of been day to day for a while here, and uncertain. It's not like a sprained ankle, and I say that meaning there's not a definitive timeline, and so he's been having to fight through that. Guy wants to be out there. It hurts him badly. Our football team, guys in his position room can see that. But he's been a good teammate too. And I think as a young guy, staying the course through something that's a little bit unknown is hard. He's done a good job with it. Just got to continue to do that. And, hopefully our doctors clear him here at some point relatively quickly.
Is it one of those things where, like, you talk about no timeline, but like literally
It is. That's why he's been day to day. He's not, I'm going to say, in control of it. Our medical staff is doing everything that they can. It's a little bit of an unknown time frame. You could wake up tomorrow and be ready to go. And, obviously he's had some time, some healing, and we hope that happens before we get to Saturday.
And just to follow that up, the decision of David not to play so far has not come to your desk yet. That's a medical decision, right?
And our medical staff always handles. Guys are okay to play, in this game. After day one in pads, nobody's feeling 100%, right? But it always goes through our medical staff, and they handle those decisions.
And Jermod McCoy, is there potential he could play before the off week, or is that way too optimistic at this point?
Before the first off week? I don't know the timeline on Jermod, and I say that meaning he's gotten started, back out on the field, how his body responds, and also being ready to go play and compete are all things that he's got to continue to prepare for. He wants to be out there. He's been a great teammate. He's done a really good job in his rehab too, and so has our medical team. So it's all about how we can get him being prepared to actually go out there and play.
Paige in the back.
Through the first 3 games, how would you evaluate your third down defense?
Been some really good things, and then some things that we haven't done well enough. At times we've applied great pressure to the quarterback. Other times we can be better in it. Some of that's our pressure packages adjusting to the formations that they're seeing. And at times we played really good coverage, and sometimes we've given up some things that we feel like we're in control of too. Can be alignment, technique, whatever it might be. That's an area where we can continue to get better.
Coach, just right here in front, what's one big adjustment, if anything, you need to see from your defense going into this week?
We got to do a great job against the run. But with who we're facing, what they do offensively, shift trade motions, communications, all 3 level, and then pass defense, but again, when I talk pass defense, you guys hear me say this a lot, it's all 11 being a part of that. It's communication, second and third level, it's pattern recognition in our zone concepts, and then it's applying, pressure to the quarterback, which can be just your front 4, but it can also be, any of your 11 that are in that package.
Caleb Herring told us before the season that he kind of fell out of love with the game of football after last season. He had to refine that passion and all that again. And then to have a game like he did against Georgia, how is he a different player, but also person this season?
Yeah, I think just mentally, has a real focus on what he wants to accomplish. Caleb's a guy that's had to deal with some injuries that have set him back from, sometimes just the opportunity to play, but also just the opportunity to grow as a player during your practices. And, super mature, cares about the guys. He's got great energy every single day. Guys that keep investing in this game reap the rewards. It's not always on your time, my time, but you're going to reap the rewards of it. And he's continued to grow and play really well.
Coach, where do you think you are in terms of developing some depth, and how worrisome is just the amount of snaps some guys are playing? I understand last game's an empty the bucket game. It's all out. Yeah. But how worrisome is the volume of snaps some guys are playing right now?
Yeah. Sometimes with injury, guys get forced into playing more of a load than you anticipate. But the other part of it is that was a challenge to some of our young guys this morning. They got to continue to grow where we can trust them out there. So certainly in a ball game, but also just the totality of the season.
Patrick in Austin.
Coach, Chris Breslau, I think, has already exceeded his receiving yardage total from last season in 3 games. What's been the biggest difference for him through the first 2 games that's allowed him to make the plays he has?
I think attention to detail has been a huge part of his success. understanding coverage, understanding, his role in the scheme, playing with great fundamentals and technique. And he's playing really confident, going up and attacking the football. And he did a great job Saturday and has the first couple of weeks too.
Where's David Hobbs in his recovery process? And then same thing with Jackson Moy.
Yeah, Moy day to day. Hobbs continues to do a really good job in his rehab. How fast that progresses here, I can't give you an answer today, but he's done a really good job. Hopefully, we'll have him back soon too.
Josh, how did you evaluate the performance of the linebackers on Saturday? And with some of the motions and quick stuff Georgia does, was that a bit of an issue at times for those guys?
I think all in all, there were a lot of things that were really positive from them in identification, communication, and fundamentals and technique within the scope of the scheme. There's a few things that, we didn't hit on. Some of that could have been our pressure. All in all, as a football team, we weren't good enough on Saturday, coaches and players together.
Coach, just what do you think your team learned about themselves on Saturday? And I'm not talking about moral victories, just to play in that team that way and coming, what did they come out of that team, that game with their identity?
Yeah, there's no moral victories in this game. We're certainly long past anything like that. I think competitive makeup, competitive composure, the ability to go play the next play, that's important in big games. I thought they handled themselves well majority of the night in that. I think looking at the film today, like the ownership that each individual person has to take in the things that they can do where it's not me that allows a play to unfold. There's going to be competitive plays that you don't make, man. You're playing good competition. But it's the things that you give away in this game that hurt you.
Where would you like to see the offensive line grow the most, especially maybe when it comes to picking up the blitz and recognizing pressure?
Well, some of that's all 11 being on the same page too, right? Quarterback knowing where you're hot, when you're hot, how you got to get rid of the football, where the hot answer is. Some of that's running backs, tight ends, and then the five guys up front. There's been a lot of really good things in our protection. There's some things that are unique to handle that we got to handle in a better way off of some of our pull pro. But all in all, there's been a lot of really good. Joey's been clean a lot of the time, and that's allowed us to get open down the field too.
What's the challenge of getting young players to understand the small details of things, because it's at a level that they've not experienced coming out of high school? How do you convey to them that one small detail can mean that big of a deal in a game?
Well, it's showing them. That can be in the position room, can be in the unit room, can be in the team room. Small little details matter. Back to me, back away, my leverage that I got to play with. My eyes, the discipline that you have to have, formation, motion, shift, trade, all those things. And, defensive football, there's checks, and all 11 got to get on the same page too. And you can see that as you're watching the tape. Is it harder for a young guy? Yeah, because he doesn't have any of those experience where it was him. That's got to be the focal point, and it has been for our coaches and our leadership in all those rooms. Not just during game week, but you've heard me say young guys don't have time to be young since January, right? So all those things got to come into it.
Last question, Coach, you talked at the top about moving on after a game like that. Is that easy for you to do as a coach? Is it easier for you to do as a coach than you were as a player? Just
man, there's nothing easy about the disappointment of competing in the arena and being on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Nothing easy about that. But as a coach, man, you got to move forward. You watch the tape as a staff on Sunday morning, and then you got to move forward too. And your players, they're in the building on Sunday. They come in on Monday. They're going to watch the tape with our staff on Monday. And when you get done with that team meeting before you go on the field, you gotta flush it. And that's true whether you win or lose. It's always about progress moving forward and what's coming the following week. Ultimately, last Saturday, defined that week, right? We got another one this Saturday that will define this week, and we got to find a way to continue to grow. All right, appreciate it.
Guests appear on the TLD Logistics Hotline, online at tldlogistics.com.
You got to dream about buying some land and building on that land. Well, Waterside Contracting is your ticket. 25 years of making dreams come true, Michael Scott, for hundreds in our area. Custom homes or remodels, Waterside Contracting will build on your lot. They do incredible work all over the area. Structural integrity, quality without compromise. It's a way of life with Waterside Contract. Check out the wonderful work Waterside does. WatersideContractingLLC.com. When it's time for your dreams to come true. Quality without compromising. Waterside Contracting.
College football fan, Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dose with ice-cold, refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play. It's a mindset. Think of it as a 2-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dose with Dos Equis. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Whether it's baseball, football, softball, church groups, or schools, if you're raising money, do it with locally roasted Grade A Grounds coffee. I'm Billy Miller, a Vol alum and Knoxville native. You keep 40% of sales, and we donate 5% back to our East Tennessee community. Get started today by visiting our website at gradeagrounds.com.
Fall officially begins this month, so now is the perfect time to make sure your home's HVAC system is ready for the season ahead. Don't ignore the warning signs that your heating or cooling system is struggling or nearing the end of its lifespan. And if you need fast, reliable HVAC repairs, seasonal preventative maintenance, or want to invest in a new high-efficiency system, then call the trusted HVAC experts at Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Whatever HVAC problems you encounter, our certified technicians will make a full assessment and then provide the best long-term solution to keep your home comfortable again all year long. We make it easy with free on-site estimates for replacements and free second opinions on repairs. And if budgets are tight, we offer flexible payment plans including 0% financing with credit approval. Be sure to ask about our 10-plus year warranties that are 2 times longer than industry standards so you don't spend a cent on unexpected costs in the future. So call Pipe Wrench at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com to schedule your appointment today. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Hey there, Basilio family. Jennifer Morris here with Keller Williams Realty. The countdown to fall football is on. Is your fall plan missing the perfect home to watch the Vols make another playoff run? If a new view is on your game day checklist, I'm ready to help you find it. Don't wait until kickoff. Give me a call today at 865-694-5904 or visit my website at nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com, and go Vols.
Tony Basilio, and we are live once again with Chad Stockton of FC Alliance. And Chad, you're out there on the field, 100 strong here in Knoxville. Talk to me. What's been going on with FC Alliance now that the weather's heating up?
We're out here for the first night of the boys' tryouts. We have over 400 kids that'll be here tonight. So a lot of exciting times right now for us. Our club team start at U9 and we go all the way through U19. We have over 1,000 kids that come from Chattanooga from the Tri-Cities that make all our teams and make this club what it is today. So we're excited about it. We finished the younger kids a couple of weeks ago. We just finished the girls last night, and now we're on to our older boys program as we speak right now.
And we're blowing and going in the Tri-Cities. Tell me about it.
We started FC Alliance North 1 year ago, and coming off the first year, we are the largest, most competitive club up in the Tri-Cities area. We just finished our trials last night, looks like right now we will be well over 400 kids for the upcoming season. So great things happening up there. We've put our boys into some really good regional leagues. So we're excited about what the future holds for them and also our girls programs.
If you want more information, check them out at fcallianceknox.org. That's fcallianceknox.org. Chad Stockton, keep growing the beautiful game here in East Tennessee.
Absolutely. Thanks, Tony.
Tony Basilio along with the great Mark Griffin. And we're here to talk about our friends at Performance Medicine. And Griff, their slogan, stay educated, stay healthy. That's you.
Wow. I really like to think that, Tony, and I'd like to give Dr. Rogers a lot of credit because I definitely want to stay educated and healthy, and knowing that he's putting the time and effort in to make sure of my care. I want to encourage your listeners to put the time to learn and become educated and get to know Dr. Rogers and see if it can help with your health as well.
And there's a really, really easy way to do that. In fact, they've got their own YouTube channel. You can see Dr. Rogers for himself with his staff. It's called the Performance Medicine Show over at the Performance Medicine channel over on YouTube. Also, more information at performancemedicine.net. To our friends in North Knoxville, a brand new location over in Fountain City, now accepting patients. So many ways to reach Dr. Rogers. And like they say, stay educated, stay healthy. Performance Medicine, online, performancemedicine.net.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
When it's past high noon, it's time for a vodka soda made with a vodka you actually heard of. I'm talking White Claw vodka soda made with White Claw premium vodka. JB Smooth only takes vodka soda made with the world's smoothest vodka.
And you can too. Pick you up a bottle of the triple wave filtered vodka that's been distilled 5 times. White Claw premium vodka comes in 4 flavors: black cherry, mango, pineapple, and just vodka. You haven't had vodka like this. No one has. White Claw Premium Vodka. Please drink responsibly.
Tony B here with the great Zakai Ziegler. For
Hey, whoa. Tony, I got this. Hey, Tennessee, it's easy here. Next time you have an electric issue at your home or business, call my friends at Advent Electric. With offices in Knoxville and Nashville, it's Mama's Easy approved.
You heard it from the most electrifying player in the league. Call the service professionals at Advent Electric, 865-588-0631. Online, adventelectric.com. Tell them ZZ sent you.
It's always magnificent. Mondays on the Basilio Show, presented by our friends at Fleet Tire. I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. And now, back to B.
TB back with you on the one, the only. Josh Heupel was pretty forthcoming about the David Sanders deal. My understanding is that's been a real mystery around him. Real mystery. And I believe, talking to people, that it has to do with his neck and some nerve pain that they can't abate. And there's just a lot of that's a tough deal. I mean, for me, going through what I just went through, I'll just tell you this: that nerve pain thing, that's mental and physical. It's very difficult. And I'm not a football player, so I couldn't imagine the concept of going on a football field, banging heads with somebody with real nerve pain on you. And that's sort of what he's going through right now. I thought Heupel was pretty forthcoming in that. 865-200-5402. Tennessee's functioned very well, absent of Sanders. You've got to tip your cap to that offensive line. And the concept,
and the coach,
and the concept that you downgrade Tennessee because Georgia's not an elite. I don't think Georgia's an elite team after watching them Saturday. But I don't downgrade the Vols. Tennessee's got a nice football team and a real opportunity here. Now, am I going to proclaim that they're going 11-1 from here? No, I'm not. Absolutely not.
but they could still scratch a playoff appearance, which would be a hell of a year. In a year where you were left without your starting quarterback? I mean, are you kidding me? That we're even having that conversation is remarkable. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
How my friends and compatriots doing today?
Doing great, W. Lynn. Welcome in.
Well, I'm proud of my Tennessee Volunteers, and I just keep telling everybody we're still in the hunt for a playoff, and just got to take one game at a time. But I have 4 points to make, if you will allow me, Tony. Number one, my daughter was at the game and gave me a full report on how chaotic and madness was going on. She said if I'd have been there, I'd have completely snapped. She was in a crowd in the concourse where she said she could have picked her feet up and not fallen down. That's how packed they were. And that finally a policeman jumped on top of a cooler of some kind, a drink cooler, and started yelling, everybody going this way, get on the right side, and everybody going. And she just said it was awful. It's terrible. So whatever they can do, they need to do it before the next game.
W. Lynn, if it was a malfunction, and I got to talk to people and find out exactly, get the scoop on exactly what happened, because I didn't realize it was that profuse or severe. You got to let people through the gates next time. You can't have stuff like that. From what people are describing, what Bino's describing, I mean, it's a hot day. You're asking for it. At that point, you let people through the gates. You wand them, make sure nobody's carrying a bomb or something, and then you let them through the gates.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. But point number 2, when we got the fumble, I did think of what I talked to Coach Majors about several years. When you get a turnover, go for the juggler. So I thought that too. Then we got the penalty. Now, Rusty did point out a run that somebody fell down. But on that third down RPO, even though he didn't pass, Heupel was furious because we missed a block or a Georgia player just made a great play. We were one grasp away from a 10 to 20-yard run on that third down. So I don't think it was totally being conservative, but I'm with you, Tony. I would have thrown something to where if it couldn't be caught in the end zone, maybe it'd just be batted out of the back. But that's here nor there. I heard some former Vols on the show Saturday say kicking the field goal is not that bad of an idea because our defense had held them to 3 field goals. So who knew they were going to hit a miracle, fearless push-off Price in the end zone play? So my third point is I said this to my group, and everybody kind of looked at me funny, but when we got it to the 20-yard line and it was third down with 7 seconds left, I said go out there right then and kick the field goal because if you fumble the snap, the guy can just fall on it, and you got 4th down. Otherwise, it's just a 37-yard field goal. Did any of you guys think about that? Just
I've
kicking
always
on
been a
third
fan.
down?
I've always been a fan of kicking on third down. Yes, I don't understand, Bino, unless you're centering the ball. What's in it for you to run that play? Now, if you're centering the ball, that's a different story, and maybe you center the ball there, Bino. But I don't understand why you'd risk that in that spot. Kick the field goal on third down.
I think they wanted to go down. They wanted to take it down to the last play of the game.
Oh, okay.
Well, so what? If there's 2 seconds left, you kick a squib kick, and it's not going to.
You're exactly right, W. Lynn. Bino, what's your read on that? I think W. Lynn's right.
I think there are a lot more coaches that choose to kick on third down now, Tony.
Yeah.
That gives them an extra opportunity if something goes wrong on the play. So I don't think that's the worst of ideas for sure.
Yeah, and really what you're doing is, and Throaty made a great point today in the blog, we thought our crowd noise was going to carry the day with the offensive line. Our offensive line throughout the day was the one that committed the false start penalties at home. And look, our offensive line's been fine for where they are and who they are, and they played well enough to win Saturday, but they're the ones that in the moment Saturday kind of blinked a little bit, which just is counterintuitive to what we thought would happen.
And my fourth point is, if there was a 16-team playoff this year, right now we would have 8 in. But since it's only 12 teams, Ole Miss, number 11, gets bumped by number 13, Iowa State, who leads the Big 12. Number 12, Oklahoma, gets bumped by number 30, Tulane, highest group of 5. So the first 4 out are Tennessee, Alabama, Oklahoma, and Ole Miss. So we better hope they go to a 16-team playoff, because we're going to beat each other up and always have a lot of teams down in that range of the top 20.
Wow. Well, W. Lynn, thank you. When they go to that 16-team playoff, and this league's as balanced as it is, I think the sport is already great. It is getting ready to be lights out incredible, because all these kids want to play in this league. This league is the measuring stick. We can poo-poo and be old man and cry about the way it used to be. And let me tell you something. The way it is right now is pretty damn good. Now, Josh Heupel came on like 15 minutes late, which put me off my clock. Bear with me here. We'll get one more in here, and then we'll turn it over to the great Chase Thomas on the radio. And I'm going to kick it live with you on TLD Logistics Overdrive Overtime. Stay right there.
Are you stuck in a dead-end job or ready for a new challenge? Do you feel like it's time to try a new career? Well, it's time to change lanes with TLD Logistics. My friends at TLD Logistics have some really exciting opportunities for you to learn a new skill. With a new 5-acre driving academy that's now under new leadership with all new course material. And the best part, it's absolutely free. What a great deal to set you on the road to higher pay. And TLD Logistics even offers weekly stipends to offset food and gas expenses. In 6 weeks' time, you could complete this course and be in compliance with FMCSA regulations. Then you're ready for the open road of opportunity. What are you waiting for? It's time to change lanes with TLD Logistics. Visit TLDlogistics.com. That's TLDlogistics.com. TLD Logistics.
Yeehaw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
VIP Play coming soon. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. Must be 21 plus and located in Tennessee to bet.
TB here for Cedar Bluff Plumbing, a live and local company that's been serving our area for over 32 years and counting, because every customer counts, and I mean no job is too small. Cedar Bluff Plumbing just voted #1 by City View magazine because multiple plumbing experts are on call to serve all your plumbing needs. Chances are there'll be a plumber in your area when you call, and they won't send some salesman to your house. You're going to get a high-character, trustworthy, highly trained plumber who will serve you, not like some of these guys that look like they came off the set of America's Most Wanted. Cedar Bluff Plumbing is Basilio tested and approved, and will go the extra mile for you because Chucky Mack is a servant of the people and my consigliere to the throne, celebrating over 32 years of serving living volunteers. Cedar Bluff Plumbing. Call 588-4448. That's 588-4448. Cedar Bluff Plumbing.
College football fans, Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dose with ice-cold, refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play. It's a mindset. Think of it as a 2-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dose with Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Chilio here, and my friends at Carnes Motor Company started with a dream over a quarter century ago. I met Rob and Brian back when I still had hair, and they were working at a huge dealership in West Knoxville. But they told me back then they wanted to sell cars on their terms, and I wanted to do radio on my terms. Their terms, just like my terms, are ultimately
your terms. In both cases, you're the winner. A Car Guru's national award winner with a 5-star rating on all sites, just like our Vols. Everything about buying a car from Carnes Motor Company is no hassle. They specialize in high-quality pre-owned vehicles between the $5,000 to $25,000 range. And if you need to sell a car, they'll either buy your car or they'll help you sell it. Carnes Motor Company also has a top-notch service department. Therefore, every vehicle is rigorously inspected and serviced prior to delivery. So you're guaranteed to get a quality pre-owned vehicle every time. If you need a place for service, they've got you covered. Come be a part of the Carnes Motor Company family and tell them you heard about it from me. Online at carnesmotor.com, Oak Ridge Highway, 1 mile past the Carnes light. Carnes Motor Company.
On the way out here, I want to end the show as we ended the show last